This one's for Mike and for every person who wants to. I've only got one life, right? Only this Sunday night, right? Only this reading, right? Only this line, right? Only this poem, right? I ain't got no paper, right? So I'm making it up, right? Okay, now I'm not claiming to be right? I'm only claiming to be a temporary incursion upon your silence because I don't want to trespass upon your certainties, but I don't have any. Bottom line is, I talk about the high rate of crime, but the crime is okay in this town because largely it's done by the professionals, the APD. No, it's a good thing. Driving while black in East Austin, free bullets, right? Lying on the ground or being crazy, free bullets. Free taser, free torture, only in Austin. It's a beautiful thing, right? And sometimes my mind gets distracted by the fact that what's on the television is not as good as what's live here, right? Right. Okay, so the replay of the past poem, I'm sorry, is history, right? Archaeology, right? Dead, right? Who digs up the dead? Huh? Archaeologists, right? I don't dig archaeology. What I like is living life. I don't mean to trespass upon your consciousness, but I want to steal just a little bit of your time because I don't understand certain things. That's why I resort to rhyme. Okay, now, end stop rhymes are so 1890s. We're living in 2008, if you please, and free verse is the only certainty, right? Not necessarily. Because I don't understand, that's why I turn to poetry. And I don't think it's right that you should put a child in charge of a bus and send them to Washington. I think it's not right. I think the elders of our age, if they choose to remain blind, let us rejoice and let us sing and ring in the new Hail Atlantis, Donovan, 1967. Right? Oh, no. Grandfather time. You've never heard of Donovan, right? This weekend, there's Amy Whitehouse, Glastonbury. Ever heard of Glastonbury? It's a festival I sometimes perform at in England, and it's a festival that's the biggest pop festival and literature festival at the same time in Europe. And what happened? Amy Whitehouse gets on stage and punches out the person in the front audience. Just like Tim McGraw, right? Right, so you have to think kick butt coffee shop, conflict and peace, and the idea of dreaming, right? Inside the cocoon of poems, but not in the real world, right? Okay, so I don't understand that. I don't understand why the people who are paid in this town to enforce the peace actually make the violence, right? I don't understand why it is that poets can get very hyper-aggressive and competitive, right? I don't understand that, because isn't poetry allegedly a peace thing, not a nunchuck thing? And aren't the young supposed to be led by the elders in wisdom and depth of imagining, right? But where's the certainty? I know I've lost you there, because as soon as we mention certainty, everyone says, look, you can free flow as long as you like, so long as you don't trespass upon what we actually are certain about. That is that. Every night in this town there's a little place where we can do this. And most of us, of course, are junkies and addicts of free speech, right? But how free is it when we censor ourselves because the young cannot be exposed to radiation of responsibility? And how free is it when we can't say the words, the four-letter words that George Carlin said, the 7 words you can't say on television, you still can't say them on television. And he's dead, and we're living, right? So the only hope I can see in a kickback coffee shop on a Sunday night, I don't mean to be in any way, shape or form controversial, because of course an improvisation is only a tentative excursion into the consciousness of which we all temporarily and tentatively hold, but only for a very, very short time. And we will forget this moment, we will forget this rhyme, and we will come up with pages of paper and rehearse scripts of the past, and we will say 9.9 and 6.6, and I don't understand that either. Because the whole point is I'm arguing for our common consciousness. Every night of the week, every day, every month, every full moon, every chance we get to explore by any language possible the extension of our vocabulary. Because they say, as long as we are wise enough to excurse these days, the deeper, the further we go, the more the children will know. Thank you.